What's up, guys?
Movie
We're
Epidemic
here.
Podcast.
Oh, Chadley's just gonna jump in. He's gonna,
Hey, it's
gonna interrupt.
Chadley. It's Chadley.
Hey, Scradley.
Hey, it's Chadley.
Chadley's bad.
And he has a nerd mustache that he shouldn't be allowed to have.
Sweet dirt stash. Today we're talking about some movies. Um, New Disney film, Maleficent, with Angelina Jolie. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, we're talking about James Rolfeberger's Angry Video Game Nerd the movie. And
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna be touching upon some more James Bond movies this time. Just one, actually. I don't know why I pluralized that. Um,
You fucked
yeah,
up.
yeah. So why don't we just start off with some Maleficent then?
So, I want to just go on the record here and say I saw a lot of really positive reviews of this movie. A lot of people saying, a lot of people told me it was really good. I fucking hated this movie. I
I would have never watched it like if we weren't doing it on this show. That's the only
I
reason I watched it.
Yeah, me too. But here's the dealio, okay? Let's start off with the beginning, okay? Because first off, here's my first fuck you movie. Fuck you
Okay,
movie bit.
let's hear.
Okay, so first off, they start off with this stupid little storyline of this little girl falling in love with this douche nozzle who
Yeah.
makes out with her on her 16th birthday, and then she's like, "Aw, yee," and then nothing ever comes of it because he's a squandering human cockfucker.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
so basically what goes down is that this motherfucker goes away and he joins like the fucking castle or whatever. And this bitch got wings. This bitch got wings and she's
Mhm.
gotta protect some fairylanders. Okay, here's my first beef. The
Yeah.
fucking fairyland.
None of it made any sense.
Why
Like,
was there randomly a fairyland and why was there no border? Like
I only saw Sleeping Beauty once, probably 15 years ago, and I don't recall a fairyland.
Yeah, I've seen Sleeping Beauty before, and as far as Disney movies go, they could have made something based on a better Disney movie for sure. Like
I
it's,
mean, this
Sleeping
it's the
Beauty might
trend.
be
No, it's kind of the trend right now though, because like all those people they made like it wasn't Disney, but like all those old like Grimm fairy tales are being remade, like
yeah.
the one with uh fucking Jeremy Renner or something.
Oh yeah, Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, that movie.
Hansel and
Oh
Gretel, and then there was
don't get me started about
and
that
then there was
movie.
the Snow White
Oh,
one, and then the Gary Oldman Little Red Riding Hood one.
oh,
So they're
don't get me
kind of like
started on literally any of these
those are all
movies.
worse than this, but this was still bad.
Yeah, this was still pretty terrible. First things first. Uh, I feel like what they were trying to do with this movie was try to invoke some sort of like emotional response to the things that Maleficent does, and I just didn't. Overall, I thought, oh, that sucks that happened to her, but overall, she's still being a cunt. Like,
Well, yeah, the thing is like they tried to make it so well they didn't want to make her the villain really.
but she was still the villain.
She was
I
still the
thought she was,
villain.
I thought she was being a right straight up cunt the whole movie. Like everything after the part where she gets her wings cut off, she unnecessarily becomes a big cunty cunt. And
I liked that actor that played the
oh, Stefan, yeah, I thought that guy was sweet.
it's 'cause he was in like District 9 and Elysium as just like the
That's who
Australian angry guy.
that's who that was.
Yeah.
It fucking totally was too.
Because
It
he's
totally
not in
was.
anything else. Like he's not in any other movies.
Yeah, I watched District 9 like a month ago. I can't believe I didn't recognize him, but that's totally who he is.
Yeah.
That's fucking for real who that is. That's Stefan, dude. Also, like, I don't know. We'll get to that part later. That's at the end. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay,
But
so he cuts off her wings to become the new king. Like, why would he was like a servant at the castle? Why would the king be like, "Oh, okay, the servant cut off her wings, so I guess that makes
yeah,
her the
he
king."
wasn't even he
That
wasn't
didn't
even
make any
part of the
fucking
search
sense.
party. He pulled six other people, and this motherfucker came in to give the king like a glass of
That
water.
dude is changing the king's bedpan.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, I don't know
fucking
a lot about kings, but I know you can't just be a king. You
yeah.
gotta have some training to be a
Yeah,
king.
there's some sort of prerequisite, I'm pretty sure. It's
Gotta
not
be
just
born into it, because then
yeah.
you're trained from birth to be a king.
And here's the deal is that he goes into the woods and then he pretends that he's all buddy buddy with Anjo again. And okay, here's another thing. Angelina Jolie, seen her done better. Seen her done better. She was
I mean, does she really need to like try anymore though? Like,
Yeah, no, she was given a full wholehearted 25%.
just she's slapping a Twanky down, you know.
And one thing that I do want to touch on too is probably not only the worst acting that she did in this movie, but the worst acting in the whole movie was right when she got her wings cut off, and then she was like, yeah!
That was weird, man.
Yeah.
I was like watching it on my TV, and it was pretty loud. And like my roommate was here, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on over there?"
he gave you a slap down, did he?
Yeah.
he's like, what the fuck kind of weird porn are you watching, bro?
Absolutely right.
Yeah, but that was just, it was shit, it was squander, it was filth. Moving on. So then he cuts her wings off, and then she's like, "Oh, I guess I'm a bad guy now, so I'm gonna put on a black robe."
Then like all of a sudden she gets like that dude that is also a crow.
Yeah, okay. That dude was awesome though.
Yeah, that dude was wicked, but like, why did that happen? She's just like,
I think
all of a sudden gets a servant.
I think she had a crow, she had like a crow in the movie or something, like the old Disney movie. But
yeah, I remember
the best
that.
part
but
about the crow. The best part about the crow is when she turns him into other things, like when she turns him into the horse and the wolf, it's still got a crow beak.
I never even noticed that.
He's still got a crow beak as a wolf, and he's still got a crow beak as the horse. Dude, you gotta go back and watch it. It makes the whole movie worth it.
I do remember it on the horse now, but I don't recall it on the wolf.
Yeah, he's got a wolf horse beak, and they purposely made his nose larger in post. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, yeah. Chadley, you know what they say about wolves, right?
No.
Wolves with beaks don't give a fuck about you, Chadley.
So Liam Neeson could have been in this movie.
I would have loved that, man. Gary Oldman was in that fucking Riding Hood one.
Yeah, right?
You can put good people in movies.
Gary Oldman will do anything these days, though. He kind of...
That's true, he hates the gays, so he's not getting a lot of work.
Yeah. He'll just do fucking whatever people hand him.
Hey, here's a tip, anybody who's famous. Don't hate the gays.
Remember
you don't have to like them, but you don't just don't mention you hate the gays in an interview.
Remember last month when Jonah Hill called that paparazzi dude faggot and he got in a lot of junk for it?
Yeah, but to me that's just like Jonah Hill doing a bit. Like when Gary Oldman's sitting in a chair and saying like same-sex marriages should be outlawed, you're like, that's kind of weird, Gary Oldman. Don't say that shit.
It's like when Clint Eastwood did that whole thing where he was pretending to talk to Obama about his bad policies.
I don't even recall that.
Oh, you don't? It was during the fucking... He had like an empty chair where Obama was supposed to be sitting.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking stupid.
That shit was amazing. That shit was bonkers. What? Clint Eastwood is a crazy man.
Oh, he's old and crazy as fuck, dude.
Man. He's on my death pool for this year, and he's like the only celebrity. He's the only celebrity who hasn't died.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a heavy year for the death pool.
Heavy year.
We might have to do an all death pool episode at the end of the year.
Absolutely. We'll talk about death pool. We'll create our next year's death pool.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about who did and who didn't do. But
anyway,
back to Maleficent. So then she has that weird bird guy, and then she starts like strangely stalking. Okay, who the fuck was that girl who played Aurora? Was that her name? Aurora?
Yeah, it was I think one of the Fannings, the younger one.
Okay, yeah. So they got the only family that ever plays young girls in movies anymore.
That's right. The only blonde little girls that play. It's like, is it really that hard to find like
a little blonde girl? Fucking find some new talent, bro.
They don't even have to be good. Generally, it's not like they're saying a whole lot.
Yeah, nobody fucking... When it comes to kid acting, people are really fucking forgiving. I'm forgiving, like, with kid acting. Like, if you go back and watch the original Harry Potter, fucking Daniel Radcliffe is horse shit in that movie, but I fucking
They're all pretty bad.
Yeah, I still fucking like it.
Yeah, I like that movie, too. Like, there's an interview recently with Daniel Radcliffe where he's like, my acting was fucking trash in that movie. It's like, yeah, no, of course, you were fucking 11.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking... I'm sorry that you were fucking... Liam Neeson by the time you were 11.
Oh man, could you imagine if he was like, the trolls in the dungeon don't give a fuck.
Trolls in the dungeon don't give a fuck. You are dinner to trolls. No, but yeah, Maleficent overall.
Liam Neeson as Voldemort.
I think he was actually considered. I think he was. I think
Would
he was
not be
considered.
surprised.
And I'm actually sort of disappointed it wasn't him. Although Ray Fiennes is like my favorite actor, but
Yeah, Ray
he's like
Fiennes. You know
no,
what? Here's the
he's
thing
like
about Ray
second.
Fiennes. Here's the thing about Ray Fiennes, Chadley.
Yeah.
Ray Fiennes fucks.
Here's the thing about Ray Fiennes though is he's not Liam Neeson.
That's
He's,
true.
Liam Neeson might be the best actor on the whole goddamn planet.
Nobody can really get to the volume that Neeson gets to. And I think that's what really sells it for me.
He is good for all demographics.
He's got like the volume of Nick Cage, but he's actually good at acting. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like
exactly.
Nick Cage has got some volume. That's what he's got going for him.
And that's sort of like Sam Jackson. I feel like is in the middle between.
Right? Yep.
Liam
Sam
Neeson.
Jackson's got volume like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Sam Jackson's got volume, but he's also pretty good. I mean, he's not Neeson good, but he's
Not
pretty good.
Neeson good.
He's for sure not Neeson good. But and the thing about Sam
Cherry,
Jackson is
the
that
Ghost Rider scratching at the door, scratching at the door.
the thing about Neeson is that like he gives 100% in every role. Sam Jackson gives
He gives
100%
hundo.
sometimes.
See,
Sam Jackson often gives
the
60s.
thing about Liam Neeson is his pa. Back in the day, his pa told him, you go hundo out there every day, and you will be a famous movie star." And that's what he did. He went out there, goes hundo, still goes hundo to this day. You know, rest in peace, Liam Neeson's father. Rest in peace.
Do you even know if Liam Neeson's father is dead? I mean, I'd assume so, but I don't know. I don't
Taking a
know.
leap. Taking a leap.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption. Anyway, Maleficent. So we both agree that the Stefan guy was pretty sweet. Is the guy from District
He's
9.
not that good, but like I liked him in this role. He plays like a fucking shithead pretty well.
But the thing is that his character wasn't even being a shithead. That's the part that I hate so much about this fucking
Well,
movie.
he cut off her wings.
I guess
But he
that
didn't
was
kill her. I guess he didn't kill her. Like he could have killed her.
yeah. And that's the point is that he's actually the good guy. And then everything else that he does that seems so fucking batshit insane against Maleficent. No, dude, Maleficent came in and fucking cursed his daughter. He's taking care of his fam jam.
Yeah.
And then she ganks his fam jam, raises her as her own, and then claims it's hers, kills Stefan saying, "Oh, this is my daughter now," and gets away with it.
Yeah, that was weird, right? I thought that was a weird ending.
Like, why is this man being chastised and murdered
You know
for
what I
looking
liked,
after
though?
his family?
when she walks in like that first time, and she has like the she's got like her fucking horns wrapped up in that black shit. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that in the where'd you get rubber in a forest? Like,
It looked like fucking electrician's tape to me.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking electrician's
Where'd you get a roll of electrician's tape in a fucking? I don't know.
Yeah, the fairy forest thing was the first thing that I saw that was like, okay.
In
Okay.
the Disney animated Sleeping Beauty film, I believe it's her that turns into a dragon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Also, another quirl that I have here. DeFuck was with Ron Weasley's mom being the fairy. Like
Yeah,
those three
those
incompetent
I don't
fuckers.
understand. I don't understand what that was about. It was very unnecessary.
Yeah, I feel like they did that to tie it in to tie it into fucking the original. But here's my beef. Okay, you ready? You ready? Because this is something I seriously questioned.
Okay.
So Maleficent is a fairy, right?
Yes.
So are these other three bitches.
Hmm.
They come in. They've lived together for years with Maleficent.
Yes.
They meet the Stefan guy one day.
Yeah, that was
What?
weird too. What the fuck was
And then
that
he's
all
like,
about?
fucking, this my daughter is yours now. Just fucking hands it over to a fairy. I'm sorry, isn't a fairy kind of the bad guy of this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like-
yeah.
They were hanging out with Maleficent merely 2 hours before the coronation ceremony,
Yeah, right?
and then they just show up with gifts, and now they're fucking friends of Stefan. The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, how does Stefan even know that those things that they said about her being beauty or even the actual curses they put on that girl?
I think my problem with this movie is it's like all the good stuff happened in like the last half an hour, right?
Yeah.
And then
the
like
dragon.
the story, like the backstory stuff took up like half an hour. Then the good stuff was at the end. But then there was that half an hour second act where literally nothing happened. I was like, good thing this movie was only an hour and a half, because if it was any longer, I would have fucking offed myself. Like, middle half an hour where literally nothing happens, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on right now.
Yeah, it was bunk. It was bunk. Yeah, that's the shit when, like, okay, first of all, those fairies, they seemed fine at the beginning of the movie, and then as soon as they start raising that girl, suddenly they're the most incompetent fuck faces of all time. Where did that come from? I feel like they pulled a lot of shit out of their ass. Another thing too is that Maleficent, she's like fucking, fighting off those people, right, at the beginning when they first come to the fairy forest, and she's like fighting them off and fucking with them and telling them to get the fuck out of there. And then she's got, when she's still got the wings, and then her wings got cut off, and then suddenly she has unimaginable power. Like, why didn't she use this power? Like this fucking power.
The magic and stuff?
Yeah, the magic. Why didn't she use that in the fucking battle? I feel like that would have done well for her.
I don't know if she needed it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was like they didn't mention that they had powers, that she had powers, like the
and
whole
then all of a
first
sudden
act.
she just had powers.
Yeah, and then she had powers, and it's as if the filmmakers were like, "Oh, by the way, she's a witch." Like, I don't know. I don't know about this fucking movie, man.
There's a lot of inconsistencies in it. And then like that whole part where like the daughter was growing up, and then she like became best friends with Maleficent. It's like, why is this even happening?
Also, the second that the guy kissed her and then it didn't work and she didn't wake up, I was like, oh no, no, don't do what I think you're about to do, because I knew what they were gonna do, and it was so fucking stupid. Where fucking Maleficent kisses her on the forehead. I'm gonna give spoilers because you don't need to see this, man.
Don't watch it. 100% fuck no. Don't watch this movie.
No, I don't understand how this movie got decent reviews, and I know so many people that like it. It's fucking shit. Like, it is a shit movie. I mean, I guess I see the.
It's not the worst movie, but it's like there's so many inconsistencies and just bullshit writing that it bugs me.
Yeah, like the screenwriters were sort of just like, you know what, let's just fucking write Sleeping Beauty, but just like fucking wing it.
Make her the good guy, but not really.
Yeah, let's just fucking wing it. And then of course, make her the good guy, which they
did kind of feel like there might have been some rewrites or something, or like.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of stuff just felt unfinished, like in the middle.
It felt like such a forced movie, you know.
I feel like they filmed the first half an hour and the last half an hour, and they're like, oh.
Fuck! It's only an hour long. What do we do? Fuck it. Let's just put that fanning girl in the woods for like half hour.
Literally doing nothing. She didn't do anything in the woods. I don't remember anything they did in the woods. It was like a half an hour.
There was the hilarious part where the girl tried to kill herself by jumping off the cliff. That was awesome.
Okay, yeah.
And then,
she met Prince Charming.
Yeah, but like, did
but
she?
He had nothing to do with that movie.
Yeah. That movie could have fucking like done without that dude. Like he took.
That was one of the things that I felt like was written in later. Like.
Yeah, just because they're like, okay, so we wrote the script, and then they like skim through, and they're like.
They introduce him for like 10 minutes, and then they try and get him to kiss her awake. Doesn't work, and then he's just gone.
And the fact that it doesn't work, here's my favorite part about that. The fact that it doesn't work means that wasn't a spellbinding case. That was just rape. That's all that was. It was just rape.
All right.
So yeah, not a big fan. I've seen worse movies. I've seen better movies. The ending is bullshit.
Well, let's talk about that really quick before we move on.
Okay, so basically, Maleficent gets in like an awesome fist fight with the District 9 guy.
That was pretty cool, actually.
And then she fucking, yeah, it was pretty cool. But she got her wings back, which they also did not explain.
Yeah, why did they just reattach to her body? That didn't make any sense.
She got her fucking wings back. And then she's like fighting this guy in the air. And of course she does exactly what we all think she should do and just fucking lets him go. And that was pretty neat. And then she cries for him because, I don't know, fucking
True love's first kiss.
True love's first kiss, yeah, whatever. But
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But but then she fucking takes that girl into the fairy forest, and this girl's not a fairy. first of all. So she is bringing this girl into like
Very
fucking
dangerous situation.
yeah, very dangerous situation where she could potentially be seen as an outcast the entire time. And then it's sort of just like, and then I think the words, I'm not shitting you, I think the words "they lived happily ever after" are uttered by the mediocre, not English but trying to be English narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, there was a narrator from time to time, but it was so
But not
inconsistent.
always. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it was
another
just
thing that just seems like they writ in after. Like,
and it came and it went, like all the time. Fucking dumb shit, like fucking stupid movie overall.
so 100% fuck no from me.
I say 100% fuck no as well.
I mean, maybe kids like it, but kids like anything. So
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And you know what? Like this is what I'm gonna say about this movie is that this movie it clearly has a target audience, but it's not you or me or anybody who knows anything about movies. Like really, and it's to be honest, it's not for kids either because
not
it got
really.
mad fucking violent. Like she killed people, tons of them.
So I guess dumb teenagers, right?
Yeah, I guess dumb like 12-year-old girls. This is who this movie's for.
I guess. One thing I could never tell is if those were Angelina's real cheekbones or if they were implant cheekbones because they were like getting pretty big at some points.
Yeah, yeah, fucking boo. 0 out of 10. Would never watch again. Would never watch again. That being said, now that we've talked about a live-action Disney movie that was shitty, let's talk about some fucking good ones. We're gonna do a top
Okay.
5 live-action Disney films right here. All right, you can start with your number 5.
Sure. I was looking through all of Disney's live action productions and I realized I don't really like that many Disney movies. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, but I don't like any of them really that much. But I found some that
Yeah,
I've watched many times. So.
I had a little bit of trouble creating mine as well, but you can go ahead with your.
My number 5 is The Mighty Ducks.
Oh yes,
Emilio
Fucking
Estevez like a motherfucker.
Charlie Sheen's brother.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Going hard on some fucking hockey.
You know what? When I get out on the ice, Chadley, you know I go hundo.
Yeah,
I play for the Buffalo Sabretooths. So you know I'm a big hockey fan. I really do like this movie though. Like it's not. I mean, it's like a made-for-TV movie basically that got to theaters somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
But, like it's a fun hockey movie. It's no fucking slap shot, but like that's one of the greatest movies of all time. So like you can't really compare it.
Slapshot's pretty damn good. My number 5 is actually a movie. All of my movies, except for one of them, are all recent releases because
Yeah.
I feel like Disney is doing better. My number 5 is a
I
movie
agree.
called that came out last year called Saving Mr. Banks.
Ooh, that was a good one. I like that movie.
Yeah, it stars Tom Hanks as Walt Disney, and it's him dealing with the cunt of a writer of Mary Poppins.
I just wish he would have said more racist shit in it. That would have like.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that the whole movie, but then I was like, wait a minute, Disney's not gonna make a movie about how racist Disney was. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. He did say some pretty fucking dickish stuff though. He for sure didn't give a fuck, and he was very inconsiderate in that movie, and I like that they showed that part of him. Like she was like, so I don't want any animation in this movie, and Walt Disney was like, you don't want any animation? Well, how about you go fuck yourself? And it anyways.
Yeah,
That was a gooder though.
it was good. I like Tom Hanks. It was a decent film. I don't remember much about it other than Tom Hanks was fucking good Disney in it. But
Yeah, fucking Tom Hanks is good in everything though.
yeah, he is. He's good.
I feel like they didn't nominate him for either of the 2 movies that he did last year because they believed it wouldn't be fair. Because his 2 movies he did last year, Saving Mr. Banks, I thought he deserved a nomination, but Captain Phillips, he fucking for sure deserved a nomination. That movie went hard. That freaking
Yeah.
pulled on the heartstrings.
I like that movie. It was good.
Yeah,
It wasn't like my favorite movie from that year, but it was good.
yeah, it was damn good. All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the Nicolas Cage classic National Treasure. The first one. The second one's fucking awful.
No, dude, the second one's way better. What you talking, bro?
You like the second one?
The second one is hilarious because it's obvious how little Nicolas Cage gives a fuck in the second one. Like he doesn't act in the second movie at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Well, that's why I like the first one because it seems like a real movie. Like there's like a heist element to it. Like
Yeah,
it's a stacked cast too. Like pretty much everyone in it's famous. Like
I watched that with my girlfriend like 2 months ago, and I just like that movie's fucking amazing. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Fucking Nicolas Cage up to like treason antics. How could
Yeah.
you not?
No, yeah, this was like right on the cusp of right when he was about to give up on life. So like he was kind of giving her in this movie.
It's like right before he did like Bangkok Dangerous and
Oh,
Drive
Bangkok
Angry.
Rangers is one of the most amazing movies. Drive Angry though, Drive Angry is probably my favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
Drive Angry is actually pretty good because it does like I can't believe the way that movie went. Drive Angry.
In Drive Angry, when he's fucking that chick and killing all the people in the hotel
At the same
room,
time, right?
it's the
Fucking
most
amazing.
amazing scene in fucking cinema, dude.
And she's like smoking hot too, so there's really no losing in that scene. Okay.
Drive Angry was amazing. I don't give a fuck what anybody.
Yeah, I remember my friends and I watched it because we were looking for a shitty movie to watch on Shitty Movie Night. We're like, oh shit, that was like fucking awesome. What do we do now? All right, so my number 4 live action Disney movie is Jason Segel's The Muppets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's Disney.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a Disney movie. Came out on Disney DVD. There are a few on here that actually, on my list, that actually are on the cusp of whether or not they are or are not.
Do you have
Disney.
Marvel films on yours, Chadley? Do you have Star Wars on your film?
We'll talk about that stuff in a little bit. But the Muppets, I don't know. I like the zero to hero type story that goes down. I mean, it happens a bit quick, but I don't know.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I've seen it like a billion times. But,
yeah. I've seen it once, and that was enough. But I get why you would like that. That's a Chadley movie.
I haven't seen the
You're a pretty
one
big
yet.
Muppets fan, going way back, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking Muppets Christmas Carol, Muppets Treasure Island.
Muppets Treasure Island's a fucking good one.
That's a gem. That's a gem. The only one I don't really like is the Muppets Wizard of Oz. I thought that was a weird
What about
turn
Take Manhattan?
Muppet series. Muppets Take Manhattan is the bomb, bro.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Bomb.
I haven't seen
That's
it in like
one.
a long time.
The freaking Muppets heist, dude. Heist.
I love heists. Fucking love heists.
I know you love heists. That's
Top 5 heist movies.
All right, so you're number 3?
My number 3, this one came out pretty recently, actually. It's the new John Hamm movie, $1 Million Arm.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That weird baseball thing where he goes to India to find baseballs, right?
Yeah. I'm a big John Hamm fan, and he's so fucking good. So like, that's really what did it for me. And this is actually a good movie. Like, fucking Alan Arkin's in it, and
love me some old man Arkin.
He's so old. He's so fucking old.
How is he still doing movies? I think he did movies in like 1947.
Yeah, man, he used to do silent films.
Jesus, dude, he's way too old to be in this game anymore. He's like two Liam Neesons. That's how old he is. He's doubled Liam Neeson's age. I'm pretty sure.
I put this on here because it's the last Disney movie that I finished, and I'm like, wow, that was actually enjoyable. Because I'm not really for family movies, man. They don't interest me. They got those vanilla plots,
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel you. My number 3 is Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest.
Sure. Yeah.
Fucking love the Pirate series. I like this one the best because Bill Nye as the squiggly beard guy is just.
Is that the second one?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah.
The one like, do you feel death?
Yeah.
That shit's amazing. I laughed my ass off in the theater, and everyone was like, what the fuck is that kid laughing at? No, I'm laughing at the fucking weird way that Bill Nye says things. It's amazing. Big fan of Bill Nye. Big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp, of course. Orlando Bloom brought his 80 game, his 80%.
Absolutely right. Once he hit that fourth one, like, he was at about 20%.
yeah,
that fourth Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I remember I saw it once and thought to myself,
the first 3 are incredible. Fourth one, it's like the Indiana Jones.
I think it's debatable that the first 3 are incredible. I think the first 2 are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of At World's End.
There's a lot of good stuff in World's End.
Yeah, but there's also some weird stuff. Weird stuff. But anyway, moving on. What's your number 3?
My number three. I think I did that already. My number two.
Oh
My
yeah,
number
that's right.
two is Tron.
Yeah, dude, that's actually I've never seen it. That's actually I've downloaded it on my hard drive. I've not seen it yet. Very
Tron's
excited.
fucking amazing. You got some fucking young boy Jeff Bridges.
Yeah. How fucking young? Like, wait a minute, that's
I
like
mean,
10 years before Big Lebowski, bro.
he was like pretty young.
Damn.
I mean,
He was like just
Jeff
cusping out
Bridges
of.
is always old, but
Is he like jumping right out of university for this one?
yeah, he this was like early '80s, right? So he was probably just on the cusp of adulthood, you know. But
All
yeah,
right.
Tron's amazing. Like
Yeah, I can't wait. I have it on my hard drive. I've never seen it.
I don't the Legacy one was kind of weak.
Yeah,
But
I have seen that one and thought it was weak. But my number two is a movie we were talking about this a second ago, and I thought, you know what? If I put the Marvel series into this list, they'll be the entire list, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
so I said, fuck it, I'll do one Marvel movie. That's it. That's all I'll do. I did one Marvel movie. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the brand spanking newest one. Um, I honestly believe that Chris Pratt made this movie so watchable and
Chris
fun to
Pratt,
watch
like he's gone under some sort of metamorphosis, man. Like
to become the perfect human being.
yeah,
Like, how's he do it?
I don't know, but like I remember back when he was on like fucking 90210 or something like that. I don't know if it was that, but it was like something like that, like Orange County or something. And he was like douchey. He had like a fucking see-through skin beard. And then he came on to Parks and Rec. I'm like, oh, this fucking guy. How's how's he gonna do? And he was a comedy genius on that show. And now
And
he's
then
like, all of a sudden, he's an action star. And it's
and
like,
now
how is
the
this
two
possible?
biggest movies, the two biggest movies of this year he stars in, Guardians of the Galaxy and Lego Movie, the two biggest movies of the year. Fucking dude, that dude's got a bigger wallet than anybody that I've known ever combined.
He's got some fuck you money, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what he does? You know what he does with his fuck you money? He visits children's hospitals.
God bless the man.
He fucking stole his Guardians of the Galaxy costume, and they wondered why he did that for months. And then when the movie came out, he started visiting children's hospitals in it.
That's
Fucking,
awesome.
that's amazing. And he fucking, have you seen that video where he's rapping?
Yeah, dude, he's
It's
so good.
he's fucking awesome, right?
Like that was like just a full like fucking Eminem, just like perfect impression. Like,
Yeah, it's amazing. Chris Pratt, I don't know how he's done it, but he's taken over the world.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah. All right,
I'm
so
glad.
what's your number one? Let's get a drum roll up in this biatch.
My number one is one you already mentioned. It is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Just the first one?
I mean, the first three.
Collectively? Collectively?
The first
Yeah,
three.
they're damn good movies, and there's some good pirate jokes in those
There
movies.
is, yeah, you know, there's a lot of good pirate action in there. There's some good monkey work, which I omitted from our monkey list.
Yeah, fucking hella good monkey work.
There's one shot in the third one that like really brings it all together for me. Is when the fucking the evil British dude's like walking down the stairs of the ship while it's imploding behind him, and it's one of like the most like visually appeasing shots I've ever seen.
Damn, that's
And
heartfelt.
that's why I like number three. But like the first two are better. But
So my number one. All right, I'm gonna give you a little history lesson here. Technically, when the movie was released, Disney didn't own it, but then they went back and they bought it, and then they've re-released it a bunch of times,
okay.
remastered. I consider it a Disney movie, and I know that Disney actually did have a hand in helping making it. And that movie is Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
All right,
starring
yeah.
starring Robert Hoskins. Fucking, I don't know, I love that movie. I know that originally Pee Wee Herman was supposed to play Roger Rabbit, which is a hilarious concept. I don't know who does it now,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
it's certainly not Pee Wee Herman. I'll tell you
See,
what.
I tried to not put any like Marvel or anything like that on my list just because I didn't know what we were doing really. So, but yeah,
Well, we make our own rules. Make up your own rules. Who gives a shit?
absolutely. It's not
Likewise.
a real list. It's not based on anything.
Yeah. It's us just saying some movies that we kind of like.
Oh fuck yeah! I think I put. I mean, I put Top Gun on a list, so like they really have no bearing on anything.
At some point, we have to do top 10 or top 5 Nick Cage movies.
Oh, I want to do that so bad because I love every one of his movies.
They're fucking all golden, dude. All of them are great. But yeah, no, I really like Who Framed Roger Rabbit is probably one of the first times in cinematic history that a cartoon character has turned on people across the county.
Sure.
Jessica
Yeah.
Rabbit is a babe. I'll
I
admit
I
that.
haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I don't really
Oh, dude,
recall much
it's fucking
about it.
awesome. The thing is that like it seems like it's a kid movie, but it's totally
Yeah,
not.
it's not really, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's quite adult themed and kind of grim at points, but I don't know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Also, Christopher Lloyd, come on, how do you lose?
Fucking love Christopher Lloyd.
That was Christopher Lloyd in his prime too. That was before he lost his marbles.
Absolutely.
That was before he went absolutely batshit insane. Did you fucking see that thing Christopher Lloyd did? Like it was like a month and a half ago. He announced the fucking hoverboard with Funny or Die, but it was like all a lie. He like him and Tony Hawk announced the hoverboard, and then it turns out it was a hoax. It's like, bro, Christopher Lloyd and Tony Hawk, what are you guys
Well, it's not
doing?
Funny or Die. Why would you think that would be real?
I don't know, cause it was like a freaking pitch, bro. It was like an advertisement. It was like an infomercial, but not in a funny way, like in a legit, oh my god, this is happening kind of way. Him and Tony Hawk, like their careers are
Chadley is
over.
stupid.
Their careers are so over that they're into Funny or Die hoaxes now.
Yeah.
That's how over their careers are. Anyway,
Will
moving
Ferrell.
on. Let's talk about some mad silliness now.
Okay.
Let's talk about James Bond from Russia with Love, the next movie in our James Bond saga.
Hell yeah.
Um, there's better Bond movies, but I don't know.
Sure.
This movie had some fucking awesome parts to it.
Yeah. I've never. This is one of the ones that I've never seen. Like I normally just skip over it, but so this is the first time I ever saw it, and like a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like there's just smattering of bullshit everywhere in it, and then like.
Yeah,
But you know what? I love like '60s movies because like they're so on like film and like no color correction or anything.
yeah, right. It's just like you fucking go with whatever exposure you had at the time, right?
Yeah, and like all the acting's like so stilted. I love it, dude. I love '60s movies.
Okay, except for Sean Connery. Sean Connery is the man.
Yeah, but he's like he was legit good like forever.
Yeah, he's been
He
good.
came out of the womb.
I was legitimately while I watched that movie, I looked up pictures from Hunt for Red October because I was just like, no fucking way that's the same dude. There is just no way that's the same dude
Yeah,
from Hunt for Red October or Last Crusade. Like it's a totally different guy. It's gotta be.
yeah. You don't think it's the same person?
No, fucking no way, dude. That's a different dude. He got sick of being Sean Connery, so he passed the responsibility off to someone who slightly resembled him, but with a beard and older and fatter.
Yeah, he bulked up.
Yeah.
He cultivated some mass
He
over
for
the years.
sure did. He for sure did. But I don't know. This movie, as silly as it was, I really liked it. To be honest, I liked it better than I liked Doctor No.
Yeah,
Um,
it was. Doctor No's not very good though. Like
there's some,
Doctor No is a bottle episode, man.
yeah, really. There's some really good train action that I liked.
Yeah, that part was good. Um, I like the introduction of Spectre because they become pretty important.
Yeah, and Doctor No, he's like the head of Spectre, is he not?
Yeah, he had something to do with it. I think he might have been in. I don't know if he was in charge, but he was high up in it.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what happens next because they ended this movie on a note that I didn't expect. They ended this movie. They ended this movie with him like going steady with a bitch.
Yeah,
I'm like,
before we get to the end of it. In this one, basically, I mean, I'm sure most people have. I would assume most people have seen it, or maybe not, because it's a kind of an obscure one. But in this one, he's got like this coding thing, like a I don't know. It was
it's like
weird.
it's like a
It was like a
machine.
typewriter that can decipher codes or something.
Yeah, and he was ganking it from
Yeah.
Istanbul.
He steals it from Istanbul, and then Spectre's trying to get it from him. And yeah, so it's like a chase across fucking Europe, basically, well, Turkey, pretty much. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
not like
he fights a lot of people. He
he
kills a
does
lot of
fight a
people.
lot of people, but there's no like main bad guy really in this. There's the hitman that is on the train, but then after that he fights like a lot more people too.
Yeah,
Like
my favorite part is when he fights the old maid. That
yeah,
part's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And then there's like that helicopter scene where the helicopter's like diving on him and he's jumping out of the
Yeah,
way. You
I
can't
had
avoid
no idea what
helicopter.
the fuck was going on there. I was
No,
like,
that scene made no sense. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of in this movie that's just complete fuckery that didn't make any sense. Like there's that one scene in the hotel with like that sexy chick and she was trying to like bang the dude and then all of a sudden their hotel room just exploded. I have no idea what happened.
yeah, no, that was like the British. I think I this is what I got. Okay, I was very confused most of this movie, but I think that was the British ambassador
Okay.
uh, in Istanbul, and I think that girl was trying. I think that was his wife, and I think she was like she was smoking too. Like he should have banged her right
Yeah,
there on the
there's a lot of
spot.
60 hotness in this movie, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. Like that girl Tatiana, the James Bond ex end up hooking up with. She's like 21st century hot. Like
Oh yeah.
she was fucking. She had a body like whoa. I just wish that we could have seen her in some more booty shorts or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Some 60s pubes.
yeah,
Where the pubes at?
yeah. Where my pubes at? Absolutely. Fucking Tatiana, and she. My favorite part is when he's trying to make that record to send to, like the British fucking what is it, MI6, and then she's like, "Will you make love to me every day?" And he's like, every day, go on." Like he's just like trying to like go past it so quickly. I
Then there's
also
that part where he's banging her in the hotel room and they're filming it from behind.
yeah, and then he's like,
Then what were they going to use that for? Like they mentioned it, but I don't understand what they were going to do with it.
yeah,
Like
what were they gonna do? Surprise! James Bond likes to have sex with good-looking people.
James Bond banging a model.
Like, what do
Where's he
you
going to
fucking
leak
think?
that to? Like who gives a fuck? Is that really going to ruin his career that he
It
banged
reminded me
a
of the whole
model?
like Jennifer Lawrence thing, like fucking leaking all her naked photos.
Dude,
Like,
Jennifer Lawrence is never not naked. That's all I know about that. There's like fucking 20,000 photos of her naked. It's like
yeah, there's lots, but
she's got more dick pics than I do.
but no, yeah, this movie, I don't know. I loved it, to be honest. I loved how nonsensical it was. I was confused for about half of
That's
it.
kind of why I love a lot of the James Bond movies because like there are so many horrible ones, but I still love them because just ridiculous bullshit's always happening. Like
I was still super confused, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have fun because of all the ridiculous shit that's going on. You're just gonna have fun no matter what.
yeah, that's it's 60s screenplay writing. Like I tried to add so much fucking information into
Yeah.
like such as like a short span of time, and it was all through dialogue. So like you had to be watching very attentively. Like there's a
I,
couple parts where I had to rewind because I'm like, what the fuck are they even talking about?
yeah, I had to do that too. Like the part at the beginning, I was like, what the fuck? Like when they had the guy in the James Bond mask.
Yeah, I don't know what that was still.
Yeah, yeah, I think they were training him to kill James Bond. And it's like, why do you need this many bros to kill, like, to train to kill James Bond? Just fucking
You
kill
know what I
James
really
Bond.
liked in this one? You know how they always have those like sexy lady dancer intros?
Oh
This one
yeah,
was really good because it was just a projector on a wall and then there was like a naked lady dancing and like it was projected onto her body. Like
yeah, that was amazing.
that was fucking wicked.
I think she had nipple tassels too.
Yeah, she might have.
Fucking amazing, incredible stuff. Those intros, we can talk about those intros till the cows come home.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're always amazing.
Fucking Bond has some good intros, even like the later ones, like the Casino Royale intro with all the cards. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Could watch that for days. I also really like the Skyfall one because it showed off the
This-
characters
Yeah,
when their names came up. Like it was neat.
that one was good.
Some good Ray Fiennes action in that intro.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then you get to the ending. Yeah, what were you gonna mention about the ending? 'Cause oh yeah, he's got going steady with that chick.
Yeah, he's going steady. Like there's got to be something that fucks that up in Goldfinger, right?
I don't
Like,
recall. Don't remember.
Something's got to cuss with that.
I like it.
Immediately.
I like at the end though when it's like the end Nope, not the end. James Bond will be back in Goldfinger.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking.
It's seriously like the end. And then it's like, nope, not the end. James Bond will be back in Goldfinger. It said that on the screen.
That was part of the credits. That rolled.
I
Shit's
know like
amazing.
they mentioned that in a bunch of them, but like it's just the fact that it's like the end and then it's like, whoa, nope, not the end.
Remember we said the end? Fucking not. But no, I could see like if they were going for a two-shotter, like they could have ended it there. They really could have. They were going for a two-shot, but instead they're going for like a 2028 shot or whatever.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
there's so many of these movies. What are they on now? 24, I think.
24. Then there's
24.
a couple unofficial ones, so
Yeah. Like Kevin McElroy or whatever, and like Casino Royale. That's like 1950 something. Like that one's fucking old.
well,
I
I think it's 67. It's a few years after these ones.
Is that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep. And then the third party Sean Connery ones in like the 80s.
Oh, dude, those ones are hilarious. The ones where he got fired from James Bond, so he's like, "Fuck you, I still make James Bond
Yeah,
movies."
because they thought he was too like because they change him every few years because he gets too old, you know. And then
Yeah, but
like
that was not, but that wasn't like how it was at the time. It was just Sean Connery, you know. Like
yeah, I
the idea of
guess.
switching out Bonds was just so
But
unheard of.
not really though, because the third party Sean Connery movies come out 12 years after he played Bond, so it
Oh
was
man, so
just him.
he's
It was
even
just him being
older.
bitter, dude. Like,
Yeah, just him fucking like
because like already all of who was after Connery was it
Roger
Moore?
Moore. Yeah.
Yeah, all the Moores.
Wait, no, no, no. There was one guy who was only in like two of them.
Timothy Dalton, I think.
Timothy Dalton, yeah, and he was before Roger
But
Moore,
pretty
I
much
think.
all of those had happened before they did the third party Sean Connery one. So it's like a lot of
they,
time has passed, man. There's been like 8 Bond films.
they were ready to ring in the era of Brosnan at that point,
Yeah.
and then yeah, Brosnan. I don't know. I always wonder who the best Bond is, and I'm always tempted to say that it's Brosnan, but his movies just like he played the character so well, but they were so fucking bad.
They
Like
were running thin on scripts at that point.
yeah, they just fucking started making shit up. We could talk about James Bond Brosnan till the cows come
And
home.
we will.
But and we will once we get there. But let's move on to our second feature, Angry Video Game Nerd movie. Now I want to know what you thought about this movie.
Uh, I liked it, but I liked it because I like Angry Video Game Nerd. It's not a very good movie.
Yeah, see, this is sort of how I felt about it. I had fun watching it because I like the movie so much, but the movie sucked.
It was bad, and like like clearly they were on a shoestring budget. Like, like
Yeah,
it looked like I could have like rounded up enough money to make that movie.
I loved the parts. I love the parts where they had the Tinker Toys as the cars.
Yeah,
That shit's amazing. So that because they couldn't those cars that they had, those weren't expendable. Those were probably like sold to dudes after the movie was shot.
the
Or
thing
like
about Angry Video Game Nerd is like the 10-minute videos. That's like the perfect amount of nerd for me, and this seemed like a lot of it.
it felt to me like
At least they kind of softened him up for this movie.
yeah, and
Because
that's exactly
if
what
he would have been as hard as he is in the on the show, like I don't think I could have handled that for an hour and a half.
yeah, it barely would have been a friggin' movie, right?
Yeah.
But here's the dealio is that the whole movie, we're all leading up to this one thing, right? Him reviewing this game. And then I thought that I don't know, I've seen all of his reviews multiple times. I really like his show. His review of the actual game at the end of the movie was probably his most lackluster review he's ever done.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we know you can write a funny review for a video game. Why did you not give a shit for the one that's going in your goddamn fucking movie? You wiener?
Yeah, it was kind of weird how they laid it out too. Like they didn't even. You think they would have just like made an episode of it and put that at the end?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Another thing that I thought was weird too was that, and like I know there's no getting away around this shoestring budget, but there was for sure some licensing issues here.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
with ET being spelled with 3 E's, 5 E's actually.
Well, they had to. I think they had to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to do it, but oh boy, it bothered me, like the whole movie I could tell that's what was going down. And like the fact that they had to recreate the game, right? Like they couldn't actually show footage from the ET game, so they recreated it. That kind of bothered me too. But overall, I laughed out loud a lot when I watched this movie.
Yeah, there's some funny parts in it, definitely.
There were some funny parts, and it got so fucking silly.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
fucking fucking for sure sillier than it needed to get.
The army guy that like kept losing limbs. That was
Yeah.
one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But I laughed so fucking hard every time he lost a limb.
Yeah, that shit was amazing. But then fucking the giant robot in the mountain, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That was good.
When they first started explaining that, I was just like, what the fuck are they going on about? And why does this have anything to do with
Oh
anything?
yeah, when the black kid was describing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that black kid, he was in something, and I can't remember what it was. It was like I think he was in Like Mike or something like that.
Really?
Or hold on, he was in something as a child. I'm looking it up right now because I remember looking
No,
that kid up.
nobody in this movie was
No, dude, you know that girl?
acting.
You know that girl who pretended to be a geek?
Yeah.
That bitch, or maybe it was the other bitch, but one of them was the girl in the Birdemic franchise.
I don't know. That doesn't. None of these people are actors, really, though. I
But
mean,
dude, Birdemic!
fucking the game store manager, fucking comedian Eddie Pepitone. He killed it. He was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that was
He was only in it for a minute, but he was so good.
yeah, that was amazing. Oh yeah, he's the kid on the Bernie Mac show. That's what he is. Kid on the Bernie,
Oh wow,
kid on the Bernie Mac show. Fucking
he was all right.
yeah, he was okay. He reminded me of like a worse acting Mos Def. Um,
Sure, yeah.
yeah, but James Rolfe himself, he can't really act, but the thing is that he can do that character well.
Yeah,
But
he's not much of an actor.
but man, that girl, that gamer girl person thing that was in the movie, like I wanted to see her naked so bad the whole movie.
Why
Like
aren't you naked?
yeah, well yeah, exactly right. She was man, it just got like really dark in your house, like scary dark.
It's getting dark out, man. I was using natural light, and now it's fucking dark out.
But no, yeah, she was hot. She wasn't very good though. The part that I laughed the hardest at is when the fucking girl just shows him the prototype of the second ET game, and he just fucking vomits all over her. That shit was amazing. That was so freaking funny. I lost, and there were like he is a funny writer, and like this is for sure a funny movie, and I recommend it if you like this series. But if you've never heard of Angry Video Game Nerd,
It's
or
almost. It'd probably be unwatchable.
yeah, you would probably put it on a list of worst movies ever made. But I liked it because I liked the show.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. If I just like caught this on Netflix or something, like that Sasquatch movie, like Party Sasquatch or whatever,
What the
I
fuck?
watched like 20 minutes of that. It was like the lowest budget bullshit ever, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Worse
That's
than
how I
that.
probably would feel if I didn't know anything about Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, that was there was some of like here's my biggest problem with this movie too, right?
Sasquatch Spring Break.
Sasquatch Spring Break, that's amazing. My biggest problem with this movie is that some of the effects actually look pretty decent, but then some of them just look so fucking bad. Like they spent all of their fucking they did half of their effects on a decent budget, and then they ran out of money. It's like fuck it, we'll just do the
That's
rest with it.
probably what happened, really.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that is probably what happened. They probably I know they made the whole movie on something like 350 grand, which for what we got it's actually pretty decent.
Pretty impressive, actually.
Pretty impressive for 350 grand. Especially seeing as he had to pay all those actors. I also like that he slipped his friends into the hippie scene.
I hope we make some money off of it.
Yeah, I hope he does too because it's funny. Like it is funny. I think he already has made some money off of it too,
Oh,
actually.
that's good then.
But just because it was
Was
so
it
low budget.
crowdfunded completely, or?
I don't
Was
know.
there investors and shit?
I think there was investors. I think there was investors, but
Okay.
it's funny. Like it's funny. It's funny as shit, and there's a lot of really, I don't know. When I watched this movie, I expected a lot more video game references than I was in store for. You know, they didn't really reference a whole lot of video games in this movie other than E.T. and I think they
I
mentioned
don't think
Pokemon.
I just because they can't. I think was the reason they didn't.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is that they showed the Atari logo a bunch of times. They must have had some sort of deal with Atari, but they couldn't show like actual ET because Atari doesn't actually own ET.
Yeah, you
Fucking
you couldn't get that off Spielberg
yeah,
probably.
you couldn't fucks with Spielberg. One of my favorite things is that the guy who actually designed the ET game was actually in this movie. That
Yeah.
shit, that was amazing. And yeah, I don't know. As soon as they started talking about aliens, I was like, okay, all right, wrap it up, boys. Like it was funny. It was funny and it was entertaining, and the script was all right up until that point. As soon as they started talking about aliens, I was like, all righty, all righty. Like the scenes in the game store were, I think, the strongest scenes in the
Oh
game.
yeah, when he gave him like the Herb name tag and he's like, "My name's Nerd." I was like,
Yeah. The second
"So
he said
fucking
my
ridiculous."
name is Nerd, I thought that was amazing. That his name is Nerd. Like that shit's amazing. That
Yeah.
yeah. And then the fucking guy comes in and is talking about ET. I thought that was really funny. And then they all start chanting ET. That shit was good, right? But and then yeah. And then there was that weird dream sequence too, right? Where he was like in the ET game.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what
Yeah,
that was about.
I don't know what that was about either. And it seems like they did their best to actually emulate ET in a non-illegal fashion. So props to them for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I liked this movie a lot. I liked this movie a lot. Would I watch it again? Maybe once or twice.
I will never watch it again. But
Would I?
that's just me. I
I'm
don't
gonna
really watch
keep.
movies twice.
I keep. Yeah, that's like my dad too, right? Is I keep all my movies on a hard drive, so I just have like a fucking digital collection.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe one day I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, that's something I should watch again. But I don't know. I wouldn't watch. It's not like a classic by any means.
I mean, for the indie budget, pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good. Some of the effects were bunk, so we'll just say the effects were bunk. Movie actually pretty good, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much everything that we had to talk about today,
Think so.
this week. Of course, we got more movies to talk about next week, so make sure you tune in. We're
Absolutely.
gonna be talking about Goldfinger, of course. Of
Golden
course, of course.
Finger, and then a couple other movies. We'll have to discuss this after the pod. But
Absolutely.
yeah, it's dark as fuck here now. All of a sudden, it's fucking nighttime.
I swear to Christ, it was day when we started this podcast.
Ugh, ugh, ugh. Anyway, follow me on Twitter at JesusHMacy.
At Chadley the movie.
Hit us up on punchnerds.com.
Yeah,
Check out our other stuff.
I'm gonna be posting up a new video later on this evening.
Cool. I got some Sims 4 videos ready to release.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out our YouTube channel. Click on stuff.
We're famous. We're very famous.
Go listen to our new Nerdcore Meow episode. Whenever you're listening to this, a new episode of Nerdcore Meow has come out.
Yeah, so go and listen. Well, who was it this week?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
Don't
was
don't don't date our episodes. All right. I want people to listen to these at any time of the year, and it's still relevant.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. I'm Chadley.
And Buckledoo.